I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
Disney Movie Tunes presents the first big-screen DuckTales motion picture ever. They're on a journey to the ancient pyramid of Kali Baba, looking for an incredible treasure that's been hidden for centuries.
I finally found it!
But finding the fortune is only the beginning.
Shaboom!
Of breathtaking magic, heart-stopping adventure, and all-out Disney fun.
That's easy for you to say.
Only in theaters, it's DuckTales the Movie, Treasure of the Lost Lamp, rated G.
Starts Friday. Check newspapers for showtimes.
Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another review. This is another request, PayPal request for Lucas. Thank you so much for your generosity. If anyone wants to request any type of reviews of movies or other stuff, reactions, lists, re-reviews, topics, pretty much any type of video, you can request it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Now, this is a review of the DuckTales movie, Treasure of the Lost Lamp. And to be perfectly honest, I could chalk this up to, this movie wasn't for me. It wasn't my cup of tea, because I don't think I'm the audience for this. That's the truth. I'm just not the audience for this movie. I did not grow up with DuckTales. I've heard of DuckTales. I've seen clips of DuckTales. And I know the theme song. I know the video game for Nintendo. But I can't really say I've ever watched an episode. I've seen clips and appearances of Scrooge McDuck and so forth, but I'm not really the right audience for this. So I'm going into this and I'm like, okay, I know who they are, Scrooge McDuck, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, female named Webby, Launchpad, who then pretty much disappears after a little bit. The story of the film, they crash land, there's a chest, there's only robes, what the fuck? But there's a map. Christopher Lloyd is this villain that has this necklace thing, this device that he could change to all these different kinds of animals. So the rest of the team, they're going through the desert, they're on camels, they get to this pyramid, they find this treasure, they fight scorpions, and as I'm watching, I'm like, okay, interesting. Like Alan Young voices Scrooge McDuck, and I remember him as Wilbur on the TV show Mr. Ed. I'm like, I know that voice sounds familiar. I'm like, oh, that's the guy, that's Wilbur. Okay. A horse of a horse, of course, then a Mr. Ed. And Christopher Lloyd is the voice of the villain. Always nice to hear Christopher Lloyd. It seems like the beginning of the film, the animation looked fairly good. But I swear, like, during the film, the animation quality drops. as if, okay, we're going to use it at the beginning because we're using this shot where the airplane's going down and going all this and crashes. And then it seemed as if it was brighter, like the colors were brighter at the very beginning of the film. Maybe that's just me. But it seemed like the colors were bright at the beginning, and then throughout it kind of like dropped. I don't know. But you know, the little action scene, they're fighting some scorpions. There's a shell, and one of them goes, "It's turtle time." Well, turtle, what is that, Ninja Turtles reference? I'm down for that. And Scrooge McDuck is a greedy motherfucker, so it's never enough. And they find this treasure, and they get back, and they find this lamp, and they let out a genie. I believe it's Rip Torn who voices the genie. I'm like, oh, okay, Rip Torn, cool, from the Boss and Men in Black films, and he's been a lot of stuff, Rip Torn. May he rest in peace. He gives his wishes. At one point, the toys come to life. I guess after this, I was kind of disappointed that the way the marketing, the way the poster, like if you looked at the poster, maybe at this point the poster would be like over here. Sorry, but microphone. If you look at this poster here, it seems as if the entire film was going to be this Indiana Jones type of adventure. Even the titles are in the font of Indiana Jones. But other than that opening, the rest of it is like in Scrooge's house. In Scrooge's mansion. And then maybe like this... At one point, at the back of this police van, then breaking into Scrooge McDuck, and then at one point at a party. But I thought it'd be a lot more of an actual adventure. This animation, you go to different continents. I mean, you did more adventure from the game than for NES. If you play the NES Nintendo game, you did more of an adventure because you go into all these different places than you do in this movie that seems to market itself as this big adventure. And I'm like, why is most of it is just... You would think for... And then I looked up, apparently this was a couple episodes, like 4 or 5 episodes that they wanted to do for the show, and they thought, well, let's just put it as a movie. And it seemed like, oh, okay, I could see that, honestly. Like, hey, it's a movie, so let's spend a bit more money at the beginning of the film and maybe the very end of the film, where the bad guy, this big castle going to the sky, and the design of the castle as it's hidden into orbit. Yeah, it seemed like a little bit of money at the beginning and end of the movie, but not so much in the middle. It's like, in the middle, take place at their mansion most of the time. And I'm like, oh, okay. And also, I never, ever, ever gave a fuck about Huey, Dewey, and Louie. I'm sorry. I think because I always remember them giving Donald Duck a hard time. I'm like, these 3 little motherfuckers. Y'all can, each one of you can kiss my ass. You kiss ass, you suck dick, and you eat shit. All 3 of you, fuck off. I mean, you can't tell them apart. One's red, one's green, one's blue, what the fuck. They have no personalities that differentiate. It's like you're the same, and you're the same, and you're the same. Same voice, almost same look, almost same personality. I'm like, which is Huey? Is Huey the red one, or is Huey green, wearing green? I don't know. So I never gave a shit about those characters. I didn't. Maybe because I didn't watch DuckTales. The few times I was seeing was like, oh, they're with Donald Duck and Donald Duck cartoons. I didn't like them in that. Because I always felt sorry for Donald Duck dealing with these 3 turds. That's my opinion. I like the DuckTales theme. The theme music is cool. I honestly think the theme at the end of the film is better than the film itself. But it's not a rant. It didn't make me mad. I mean, it's short. It's meant for kids. It's meant for fans of DuckTales. Again, I find it... maybe that's why. That's why the beginning of the film is more colorful and vibrant. Okay, we're going to do this for the movie, the big screen. And then the rest of it is like, wow, this is shit that will just be on... I would assume on just a regular episode of the cartoon. Maybe I'm wrong. Then Scrooge finds the lamp, the genie. He wants to use it for wishes. Then this character named Dijon, who works with the bad guy, he gets possession of Scrooge's money bin. So Scrooge gets arrested for trespassing. Although it's weird because the guards don't remember who Scrooge is. Well, okay, the guy gets control of Scrooge's fortune. But the guards, I guess they don't remember who the fuck Scrooge McDuck is, but his family does. His family remembers who he is. But the guards don't. I guess it's not like, hey, sorry, boss, we gotta throw you out. He's the boss now. No, it's just like, I mean, I didn't understand that 100%, but whatever. It's a cartoon. You're not supposed to look at it that deeply, I guess. But the family gets Scrooge out. They gotta break into Scrooge's place in order to get the lamp again. So they go through these lasers. Mainly Huey, Dewey, and Louie goes through the lasers with their manual that they always have. And then one release another, the bad guy has it. Big castle going to the sky. One of the ducks uses their marbles, hit the lamp. Scrooge skydives, gets the lamp, makes a wish. And then his final wish, freedom for the genie. I would rather watch Aladdin. To be honest, I'd rather watch Aladdin. Again, the voice acting on Scrooge McDuck is... it's, you know, in a weird way... Well, I was going to say, it doesn't... Why does it feel like Scrooge McDuck is barely in the film? I know that's not the case. But I think because there are a lot of chunks of time where it's the genie working with the three ducks and also Webby, the fourth, the girl duck. So it's them messing around with each other, or it's the bad guy talking with Dijon, back and forth between them. And it's like, well, where the fuck is Scrooge McDuck? Oh, there he is. It just didn't seem like he was in it as much as I thought it would. I know that sounds stupid, but yeah, maybe it's just me not remembering correctly. And again, the fact it really... After the first 15 minutes, the adventure is over. And it's like, oh, okay. I thought it was really... Even the fucking cover showcases that it's more like an Indiana Jones take on the subject of DuckTales. It's not like in Indiana Jones adventure, most of it is Indiana Jones' fucking house. Talking with Marcus about the fucking football or something. Or, here, what was a new Indiana Jones adventure, and 70% of it takes place in this house, and some hijinks happen. It's like, I guess I'm like, huh. So, yeah. It wasn't meant for me. I'm reviewing it because someone requested it. It's a PayPal request. I'm sorry, Lucas. I'm sorry I didn't do the best that I could. I was okay with the first 15, but then by halfway through it was losing me. I'm like, I don't really care about the characters. Maybe because I didn't grow up with the characters. Launchpad I don't mind, and then he disappears. They didn't want to bring, I guess, stuff from the cartoon, like there's the Beetle Boys, I believe they're called, and the villains, because they thought, well, no one's going to understand. Isn't the people watching this film the fans? Well, other than me, but whatever. So, DuckTales the movie, I don't think it did that well, because there were supposed to be other ones, or potential sequels, and I think there was also, like, there's supposed to be at one point like a Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers movie and something else, and then that didn't come to fruition because of the low box office of this. Honestly, I just see why. I mean, this doesn't seem like something that should be in the theater. I think that's what I really felt for a good time when it was just mostly in this one mansion. If I was in the theater as a kid, I don't know how I would feel about this movie. I don't know. It didn't seem epic. It didn't seem grand for movie theater screens. That's just me, though. Especially, again, with the animation drop off and the color becomes less brighter, and it's like, I don't know, man. Just maybe it's just me. But oh well. It is what it is. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.